Hi, Stuart Walter, the creator and author of the Dear Diary process. Now, thanks for signing up and listening to this webinar. What I'm going to do for you, give you a bit of an understanding of me, give you a bit of an understanding of yourself, and give you a bit of a brief history and the results you can expect through the Dear Diary process. Now, the Dear Diary process it's an intuitive process that I created while working with a professional golfer. Now, I guess to some extent my background is now, was it 2017, the end of 2017, it's literally been, what, 12 years of working with the elite, the best of the best in sport, in business, in life. I work with them as far as pushing their minds, pushing their bodies to beyond what they believe they can actually achieve. So I'm a specialist in peak performance mindset. Now, it's over these last 11 years that I've created basic fundamentals of the human mind, studied and researched from incredible people around the world, and all the results are literally within this one process, which is the Dear Diary process. Now, let me first by kind of throwing it back at you and say thank you. Thank you, because what I've done is created a process, but it's useless if people like yourself don't actually grab hold of it and use it. The results that I've experienced through this Dear Diary process itself has just been beyond what I thought was possible. And that's what I want to do for you. I want to share this ability, this skill, this talent that I've got so that people like yourself can actually achieve whatever you want. See, my mission is to empower people, to change the way they think, believe, and communicate in a way that empowers others. So by purely watching this video and taking an opportunity for purchasing the ebook or a program that comes with it, I'm actually fulfilling my mission. My mission is to empower people. That's what I'm doing. If I can change the way you think, believe, and communicate, that's very powerful. And in a way that it actually inspires other people, well, it's pretty good. So I've got this incredible ability to work within the mind, the understanding of the human mind, how it works. And as I alluded to before, there's basic fundamentals of the human mind that always exist. And everyone fits within these basic filters. So I can grab any person, put them at the top of these filter them through to go, right, here potentially is the cause of what you're experiencing right now. And then run you back up through the filters, having made a different change and a different choice. And all of a sudden, the person that pops up the top is totally different. And all this is done through two choices, basically, because we're here for two reasons. One, need. You need this, you want it. But need will only fire the survival modes. So I'd suggest if you just want to survive, this is not the program for you. If you want to grow, if you want to flourish, if you want to really achieve success, whatever success is for you, then this is perfect for you. It's perfect for you because we're working around your model of the world, who you are as a person. This is going to fire the intention part of how your brain works. We're only here for two reasons. One is need, or the other is intention. Everything happens for these two reasons. You need to do something or you choose to do something. And through choice, it's going to fire up this growth process, which is going to fire up your imagination. And imagination is what is going to transform your life. So let's get into it. Well, just imagine. So just imagine, you can for a moment, picture yourself 2 years, 3 years from now. How would you look? If you knew you couldn't fail, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, how would you be? If there was a way that it took, 5 minutes a day to invest in your long-term success. Imagine success. What would it look like in 2 years? Would you be sitting on your own island with your boat and your helicopter? Would success just be healthy enough to work? Would success be just having a happy, healthy family sitting around a barbecue? Success is whatever you want it to be. And that's why when you think of so many professional speakers, presenters, workshop developers, all these self-development, self-empowerment books, you're always saying, go big, go big. It may not be for you. Success might just be fit, healthy, happy, and having happy kids. That's perfect. Because the Dear Diary process will actually work within those models of the world, who you are as a person. And it's exactly the same process that can earn you $100 million and live the lifestyle of the rich and famous. How do I know that? Well, I've got clients that are worth $100 million that are actually living lifestyle. I've got other people who are just happy living, surviving. I've worked with some incredibly powerful athletes, 32 world champions I've currently got today. I've worked with celebrities. I've worked with the best in business and life. I've presented to, well, the best speakers and presenters that Australia has actually got. Now, how all this happens because I'm thinking big, I'm developing big. And even creating this Dear Diary process was a thought, an intuitive idea that wouldn't have come to me if I wasn't thinking as big as I was. And this program alone, even though the investment for you is potentially minimal, the end results, just incredible. They're limitless. See, we're only limited by our imagination, and our imagination is created or fired through need or intention. Okay, again, let's get back to need. You need to do this, you have to do this. That's just survival. Survival is going to put you into a place where your mind just goes, right, I need to be average, I need to just make it through. When you look at intention, that's going to fire up your imagination, which is going to fire up your thoughts, which is going to create actions, which will create results. So if your results, what you're experiencing right now, aren't what you wanted, I can guarantee it's because you've gone into survival mode, which is need, not pushing yourself, not challenging yourself. So the Dear Diary process is going to push you, it's going to challenge you. It's about creating tomorrow's outcomes today. It's about projecting yourself into the future to go, right, who am I? Who do I want to be? How do I want to be? What do I want to have? Who do I want to be surrounded by? And all this is going to be potentially quite challenging for a lot of people. Now, I'm saying challenging because the Dear Diary process works. It works on a scientific level, it works on a biological level, it works on an emotional level, it works on an action level. The unconscious mind, as soon as you start thinking and growing, developing and imagining, it's rewiring itself up. I'll give you an answer, I'll give you an experience. I had a client here earlier who basically says, well, for the last 2 months of this year, what's going to happen is I'm going into a bit of a low mojo. I lose my energy. I don't have confidence. I don't have motivation. Just lose my mojo. Interesting that they say that, because imagine if I wrote that in my diary, which is the last 2 months of every year, this is how I feel. Well, that's exactly what you're creating. As I said, you're actually using this Dear Diary process without physically, mentally doing it. But imagine if you had control of what you could control. Imagine you could control your actions, your behaviors, your emotions, your beliefs. Imagine you could control it. Well, you can, because you control all those choices through your situation, through your experience, through your knowledge. And you have every bit of knowledge and ability and skill and talent you need within you right now to create the ultimate version of you. So let's look at it. Let's look at who you can be. Let's look at some of the results of the Dear Diary process. Now, the ebook itself is powerful enough. It's transforming lives as people are sleeping. It's transforming lives because I got this email from a lady over in London, over in the UK, where she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I have transformed my life. I've transformed my body. I've lost 30 kilos in 12 months. I've got out of a toxic relationship. I was abused physically, emotionally every day. This is the life I'm living now. I've got health, I've got happiness, I'm in a brand new relationship, and I'm absolutely loving life. Wow. See, this is the process. Your reason, your why is going to come from this process. So I can tell you what's right or what's wrong in your life. All I can just say is, which way are you looking? It's amazing how many people are saying, I'm always looking forward, but which way are you actually facing to look forward? You're facing the past or you're facing the future. If you're going forward, go to the future. If you're facing the past and you're going forward, you're going further backwards. So this process can create incredible results. I met my wife through this process. Not that I intended to go out and say tonight I met my wife, but it was just the experience, knowing it's the deeper unconscious thoughts and actions and wiring that I've actually created that led me to that point. The choices I made on that particular day. I look at it now and think, synchronicity-wise, would I have done that if I didn't have this outlined the day before? Probably not. If I met the person 6 months earlier, we wouldn't have connected. But the person that I met was exactly as I had written it out 5 years beforehand. Every trait, the personality, how we communicate, how we live, how we love life, all that is exactly as I've got it written. So think about your life. Think about if you knew you couldn't fail, what would it look like? And all I have created is a process that uses your abilities, your skills, your talents, your dreams, your what we call your model of the world to create the ultimate version of you. So the Dear Diary process is incredibly powerful and transformational. Scientifically, we talk about neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is what you think will rewire your brain. Our brain is very plastic and very fluid. And if we think this is how we want to go, then that's where we're going to go. Now, if you look at trigger-based response, I use the example. A couple who get married, they walk down the aisle, happy, loving, laughter, and they're walking down to a song. It's the best day of their life. Now, there they are in 5 years' time, and they hear this bang song, and it takes them back to that particular point of life. Happy, love, and laughter. So it's that trigger, being the music. The response is the emotional connection to this music. Now, if in 10 years' time the couple split, what's going to happen when they hear that song? When they hear that song again, their mind's going to go back to that time in their life. But instead of love and happiness, it's going to have a different feel. See, that's the same trigger with a different response. And that's all we do within the diary process. We understand that what we've experienced from the past is relevant to the past. What we're going to experience in the future is relevant to what you decide today the future will be like. So what I'm going to do is a Dear Diary process, very, very powerful by itself. I've now created a program around it. The program, simple, $95 US. $95 US, it'll actually give you the Dear Diary process ebook. It'll give you a workbook. A workbook will help you step you through creating goals, creating your vision, creating your why, creating your reason in a simple structured format that then you can implement that into each one of your diary entries. Not many people have goals, dreams, and targets written down because motivation is only possible when you have direction. So if you're not motivated now, I can guarantee, well, you don't have a clear, defined outcome. You don't have a direction you're aiming towards. Or if you do, you probably find it's not big enough. Because if you're only half motivated towards that outcome, you probably find you don't have enough momentum or motivation to achieve it because the goal isn't big enough for you to take more action. So the program has been created through videos. Me coming to you when you need to for each section of the Dear Diary process, the Dear Diary process workbook. Videos are going to be there to support you, to encourage you. Now, the membership for the Dear Diary process program is still ongoing. You can still access any of the videos at any time. And I'm going to be creating instant webinars. I'm going to be updating videos and files and emails and sequences to help you achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So please think about your lives. Think about, if I had one process that can help me transform my life, well, this is it. I use the example in a lot of my seminars. I basically will start off a seminar with the light turned off. And you may think that's a little bit strange. But think about it. As I explained, knowledge is power. Just like any light switch, you've got all the potential in that light switch to turn on the power. But why is it people don't apply the knowledge they've actually got? Because they're scared. It's fear. They might be afraid of being seen. They might be scared of how bright they can actually be. So much so they keep themselves turned off and keep hidden just in case. But this is your time now. This is your life. I find that so many people, the lives they're living are based on other people, not themselves. So this is time for you to take control of what you can control, and all you can control is you. Take control of those people that were telling you you can't do something, telling you you're not good enough, saying that can't be happened, you're not clever enough, and all those beliefs that you allowed upon yourself. Plus also those ones that you gave yourself, which is, I can't do that, I'm not good enough, I'm not clever enough. Now, did you decide that, or did other people tell you that? But either way, let's start thinking big. I use the example of wake up and start dreaming. Okay, don't dream at night. Wake up and take action and apply what you know towards your dreams. Incredible success. See, knowledge is only power when it's applied. So let's apply the knowledge you've got the way you want. It works within people who are spiritual, religious. It works within kids. Kids are very, very powerful in their way their brains work. They're always listening, they're always absorbing. Think about the person that your kids are, and think about the person you want them to be. You've got to turn into that person that you want them to be, and they'll start modeling your behaviors. So think about who you want them to grow up as. And let's cut those strings that might have been attached to you. So if you feel like you're being moved and manipulated and adjusted and readjusted and directed in life, well, it's time for you to take control of you. And it's almost time to be selfish. Now, by selfish, I mean do things for you. Because there's so many people that I see here in my clinic that they're so busy helping other people, but no one's helping them. This is a time for you to help yourself. This is a time where you now start filling up. You know those pyramids of champagne flutes? Well, it's time you start pouring into yours. To start filling yourself up full of health and happiness and love. Start giving to yourself. Start investing in yourself. Spend time with your partner for you. Spend time with your kids for you. Spend time at work for you. It's got to be about you. And then you're going to fill yourself up and start to overflow. And these two cups underneath are then going to capture your overflow. Then when they overflow, there's going to be 3 others to capture. So you've got to fill yourself up. Top yourself up with that champagne flute. Fill yourself up. Then when you're full, give yourself some more. Let it overflow. Let it overflow. And you'll find over a period of time, when you keep giving to yourself, you're going to inspire thousands and thousands of people. And just like I'm doing with this Dear Diary process, I'm helping people. My mission, again, let me repeat it. My mission is to empower people to change the way they think, believe, and communicate in such a way that inspires others. So here is a very simple process and a helpful program to help you step by step to change the way you think, believe, and behave. Then when you go out into the world, you're going to start inspiring people through the changes you've experienced. They're going to know what you are doing, what you're doing, and how you're doing it. And it's a very simple process. You take control of you. You decide who you are. You decide who you want to be, and you go and do that. Simple. This Dear Diary process works on a fundamental, works on a cellular level, works on a scientific level, works on an emotional level. You just simply have to apply what you're doing tomorrow to an emotion, to a positive emotional outcome. You got to think about what you're going to do, the reason why you're going to do it, how you're going to become because of it, and that will happen. So please join me. There will be basically choices, 3 things really. 1, if you believe this is for you, then 1, make the decision to be able to do it. If you think, oh, here we go again, this is same, well, don't do it. Simple. My mission is to empower people. If you're not going to use it, if you're not going to change your life, you've got all these incredible skills and abilities and dreams, but if you're not doing anything with it, why bother buying it? Save yourself some money. If you really want to transform your life, it can be scary, it can be confronting, which is why I help you and step you through this process. The Dear Diary process is about writing tonight what your day was like tomorrow in advance. So when you go to sleep, your mind is actually going to be rewiring itself to start conforming to that outcome. How it conforms to that outcome, don't know. All you need to do is to understand that yes, it works. The way the brain works, the way the brain fires, that is what we'll achieve. And you may think, yeah, I want that all my life. Want implies you don't have. When you think about, oh, I don't want, they're all things that happened in the past. The thing is, you get what you focus on. If you focus on, I don't want stress, I don't want sickness, I don't want health, I don't want, guess what you're getting? You're getting all the things you don't want. Let's focus on where you're going. Let's focus on what you need to do, how you need to become. Success isn't about having 32 world champions. Success isn't about being invited to go to Europe to play with one of the best soccer players in the world and to work with them. Success is becoming the person that 32 world champions choose. Success is becoming that person with the skills and the abilities and the recognition that the best soccer player in the world chooses to work with him. So success is different for everyone. And this Dear Diary process allows you to have success, but you've got to take control. It can be very confronting. It can be empowering. But either way, you just decide how it's going to be for you. Make the decision. So the decisions are, if you don't think it's right for you, leave it. Easy. If you do think, and you just think, oh, let me just test it to make sure, the Dear Diary process ebook. For investment of $9.95, you will find that process will start you thinking differently, acting differently, behaving differently, even communicating differently, because the basic wordings that are in there. Then you can step up to the program, $95. Now that $95 will get, as I've said, about 25 videos. It'll get the workbook, it gets the DVD, the workbook, the videos outlining the workbook, and the Dear Diary process itself, the ebook. It'll also get emails, things that will help you step through to the next level. It'll get you access to videos, webinars, an ongoing archive of information. So if it's mindset, if for money, if it's weight loss, the Dear Diary process can help in weight loss. I mean, we're talking 60% of the world's population being overweight. Surely this has got to fix it. Emotions, relationships, love. I'm going to create different webinars every month, potentially every 2 weeks, which will be new videos that you can watch on the specific areas in your life. Healing, health. It's incredible. The power of the brain when it comes to health, fitness, lifestyle, healing ourselves. Because our body's got a natural inbuilt ability to heal. Look, there's so many things that you can use this diary for, and I do it every night. Every night I change who I am, so that every time I'm working with someone, if there's something beneficial that I can take for myself, I'll do it. Okay? So everything I do when working with my clients is all about me. It's helping me. And helping me to become a better person has created this program for you. Again, I'm here to empower people to change the way you think, believe, and behave in a way that inspires others. So thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for you that here's an opportunity that you can transform your life. Over 12 years, I know exactly what the results are, and I welcome you to connect. I've got a Facebook community there for the Dear Diary process. Connect on that. Send your videos, send your testimonials, and share this with people. Go on a journey with your friends. Get 2 or 3 of your best friends and let's work on a journey together. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for taking this last 23 minutes of your time. It's time well invested. Now, take the step, take the opportunity. If you feel it's right for you, take it. And I look forward to working with you, listening to you, getting the results. I'm Stuart Walter, the creator and author of the Dear Diary process. Take care. Bye.